and that would come out later on. And then he came here as to live in the village here from 1784 to 1789. And first of all, when he came here, he was a cobbler working with shoes and mending shoes with leather, and he helped in the local school. But he wasn't a pastor then. It was then that the people here in the congregation here asked him to become the pastor, because he was a young man in his early 20s. So he became a minister here, and he used to walk long distances to get the leather and to make the shoes. But it was whilst he was here, he had the idea about becoming a missionary, and why were people in other countries, should we go and take the gospel to them? And it was here he developed his ideas about world mission. And at the time, a lot of people had a view that if God was going to convert heathen people or pagan people, then he would do that without anyone helping out. And he had a different view to that. And then it was whilst he was here, he wrote the Inquiry, which is about world mission. And then he went to Leicester for a few years. And then in 1792, this is Malton, this is the little church here, and that's him here preaching. And he went to founded the Baptist Missionary Society with some other people, and he was baptized here in the River Nen in Northampton when he was a young man. And then he went over to India. And then you see his time in India translating the Bible. And then he was in an indigo factory to do with dye and things like that to raise money. He campaigned against sati, and also when they put the young girls into the river, because, you know, just to sacrifice them to the river gods. And there's the translation here, the translation work he did, etc. And there's a picture of Serampore there, isn't it? See Serampore? Because he founded Serampore, and there's a picture there of his first converts and the translation work that he did, and all that. So that gives you the overview of his life, you know, from beginning. And he translated the Bible into 29 different languages or things like that, you know. So, yeah. So that gives you an idea of his life there. You can take some pictures if you want. But that was done by a community group here.